Hey everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of Mean Green Screen, where we give you our thoughts and predictions on the biggest topics in sports. I'm your host, Mariano Rivera, and if you were anywhere near a TV or on the internet this weekend, you heard about the devastating ankle injury suffered by the Cowboys QB Dak Prescott in their Sunday night game against the Giants. Alongside me to discuss the Cowboys is Erica C. and Jacob Bernardini. Erica, I'm just going to start with you. I know this really hit home because you are a Cowboys fan, so tell me, what was your raw response when you saw or heard about Dak Prescott's injury?
Well, honestly, when I saw it, I honestly thought it was fake for a second, and I was like, whoa, that actually did not just happen. And then I saw the replay, and I saw that he actually, broke his ankle, and I was so sad. I had tears in my eyes. I just felt so bad for him. It was so hard being a Cowboys fan on Sunday, because you just have to feel bad. It was such an awful, awful day.
Definitely. Jacob, run me through where you were, what you were doing when you heard it.
I was doing anything you do on a Sunday. If you're from Buffalo, you're eating wings and you're watching football. And we were watching that game. At the beginning of the game, I was rooting for the Giants. But when Dak's injury happened, I like Dak, even though I don't like the Cowboys. I think he's a good player and he's gone through a lot. And when the injury happened, it kind of reminded me of Paul George in the early 2010s whenever he had that devastating injury. You really feel for him because he's been through so much this year, and I just really felt bad for him, and I started rooting for the Cowboys after that for the first time in my entire life.
Definitely. I was cooking on the phone, and I just heard everyone in my apartment just kind of was shocked, and I turned around, I saw what happened, and I thought this is really big, not just for the season, but for his career. So Jacob, I want to start with you. As immoral as it may be, business is still business. So how do you think this will affect his contract this offseason?
It's going to depend on multiple things. It's going to depend on, first off, what type of season the Cowboys have under Dalton. It's also going to depend on how his rehab goes, but I think that this is obviously going to severely hurt his contract negotiations. Obviously, beforehand, he had the upper hand because he was coming off a career year, and he had a lot of stats to go back with it back, and he had a spike in the cap, the cap spiking soon. And he had a lot going for him, especially for his age. But now with this injury, now you have a lot of doubts on, can he produce like he was before? Because an injury like this could take away your athleticism. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry franchise tags him again. It'll be about a $6 million increase. It'll be about $37 million. I wouldn't be surprised if he does franchise tag him, though.
Okay, Jacob, you think that there are some doubts, but Eric, I know you're a Cowboys fan, and Dak's got to be close to you, so you got to be thinking, that's my guy. So let me know, how do you feel about Dak's future in Dallas?
Honestly, I've been seeing reports on ESPN that Jerry Jones thinks that Dak is the future, and he said that he's deserving of anything written on a piece of paper. And I honestly think that that's true. I feel like he's really shown that he's a really good quarterback, but I just feel like it depends on how he's going to heal at this point.
I agree with you. When you look at it, I think Dak Prescott is a good quarterback, and you look at Cowboys' history, they paid Roman for 14 seasons, so I don't see why Dak, who I feel like has given Cowboys a lot more hope in his past 4 years, that deserves that kind of money. So, Eric, I want to stick with you. The Cowboys are set to face the Cardinals Monday night. What do you expect from the Cowboys in their first game against Dak?
Honestly, I expect them to do pretty well. They played a good last quarter with Andy Dalton in. I just think that they're kind of not used to Andy Dalton yet because they've been with Dak Prescott for so long, and I feel like it's going to be a process for them to kind of relearn the way that everything's going to work with Andy Dalton. But I honestly feel like they will do pretty well depending on how the rest of the game's going to go on Sunday or Monday.
Okay, Jacob, let me hear. What do you think about their upcoming game against the Cardinals?
I think that it's going to be close. Most Cowboys games are close, unfortunately, but the biggest problem here is that the Cowboys defense is still pretty garbage, and the fault is that the Cardinals have that air raid scheme that is so effective with Hopkins and Kirk and Kyler Murray. Kenyon Drake is the running back. They have a really strong offense, and it's going to be definitely a shootout, but I think the Cowboys will squeak it out. I trust Dalton.
Okay, I agree with you. I think Dalton's a solid guy. I think the offense might look to turn a little bit more towards Zeke because they were getting away from that with a lot more passes, but I see them getting toward more Zeke to find some stability. My main worry is still that defense because they do, like you said, they have Fitzgerald, they have D-Hop, they have Christian Kirk. So, Erica, I want to hear, what do you think is your prediction for the game?
I think it's going to be 34-27 Cowboys. The Cardinals do have a pretty strong offense with Kyler Murray, but I feel like the Cowboys will pull it out like they always do whenever they're fighting for a game to win. So
Okay, definitely. I think the Cowboys pull it off too. I think the hashtag for Dak movement is definitely going to rile up the crowd and get the momentum on Monday night. Erica, Jacob, thank you for your time. Fast Word Takes is returning to the Magic Bowl right after this. There's a special day on the weekend that has hosted some of the most widely anticipated and ever-changing sports moments of the year so far. A team that can't get it done, coaches and players catching COVID-19, and a sure yet not so sure future for one of the nation's top quarterbacks. If you haven't guessed what I'm getting at so far, I'm talking college football. With me to break down whatever comes from the Magic Bowl is Jennifer Holberg and James Carroll. Y'all all set to go?
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Jennifer responded first, so I'm going to start with you, Jennifer. All right, let's see what we got here. With the Big Ten returning next Saturday, what team are you most excited to see?
Oh, I'm so glad that I got this question. So my favorite team in the Big Ten right now is the Golden Gophers. Like, I love Minnesota. I think Tanner Morgan looks great. Bateman's coming back. That offense already looked good last year. I definitely think that they're a dark horse as of right now to win the Big Ten.
Okay, James, let me see. Who are you looking forward to this season?
I'd have to go with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Like Jennifer said, that offense is looking really, really nice. I don't see a way to stop them at this point, honestly. So I'd agree. They're favorites.
Okay, John, let's stick with you. Let's see what we got next. Ooh, okay. The Mean Green are traveling to play Middle Tennessee this weekend. What do you see happening in that matchup?
I see a pretty close game, to be honest. I think both teams will score a lot. I don't think either defense is going to get a lot of stops, but what the heck. We'll go Mean Green by a touchdown.
You know what? I'm going to be optimistic too. Here's what I like and what I don't like. What worries me is just like the past two teams, we thought that we beat them, but they like to get production through the air, but this team is kind of the same way, so yeah, I worry about that. But what I do like is that this team, while we give up a lot of points, this team gives up like 30-something points too. So we have a chance against that. They usually give up a lot more points against the run, so I think that we should be able to use our backfield to try to get our advantage with that, with Torrey and Attaway. Jennifer, let me know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. It's two mediocre teams right now, kind of going at it with non-existent defenses. So I'm hoping with our great backfield and with Austinani getting hopefully maybe started a little earlier in the game and not trying to play catch up in the third and fourth quarter. If we can get ahead early, I could definitely see us winning by a touchdown or so.
Okay, optimistic so far. Let's move on to the next one. All right, Jennifer. With Alabama's Nick Saban not being able to coach the team in their top 5 college football clash against Georgia, due to testing positive for COVID-19. How do you think the team will respond on Saturday?
In absolute pure Alabama fashion. I think it's still going to be a very close game. I think Alabama's going to come out, and I don't expect them to look any differently, to be completely honest. Like, you know that they've been preparing for this Georgia game for a while now. Don't act like Nick Saban hasn't been there and like helping them through all this. I know he can't be there on Saturday and he's been quarantined now, but I don't expect Alabama to probably lose this game on Saturday because of it.
Okay, James, let me know, who are you taking in this game and why do you think will be the factors for that?
I'm also going to take Alabama. Let's not pretend that Saban has this organization running like a well-oiled machine. I don't think it's going to make that huge of a difference at all, really. I think he's going to lay down his game plan, whether it be over Skype or Zoom or whatever, and those guys are going to go out there and execute. Their offense, while their defense isn't like years past, that offense is still cranking. And I think that'll show against Georgia. And I don't think it'll be close either. I think the Tide will roll.
Okay, I guess everyone on the show, everyone thinks the Cowboys are coming out with momentum and the Crimson Tide are coming out with momentum. I guess momentum really has a big impact in sports. So we will look at the next question now. Since so many losing NFL teams have established quarterbacks, do you see Trevor Lawrence as a lock for the #1 pick of the NFL draft? James, I'll go with you.
I do. His fundamentals are just too good, I think. You see every team, fawning over him and just wanting a chance at him. I think that at least one front office will just go ahead and take the best player available, and I think he'll go #1.
Okay, that's interesting. Let me throw some facts at you. In the AFC, you have a lot of teams that are really on the bottom of the barrel, but they have established quarterbacks. Texans have Watson, Bengals, Burrow, Jets, Darnold. In the NFC, Giants, Jones, Falcons, Matt Ryan, Lions, Stafford. So Jennifer, do you still agree with James, or do you think that he might drop a little bit to a team that maybe has a better fit?
Yeah, I absolutely disagree with this. As someone that's unfortunately a Giants fan myself, if we have the #1 pick, I don't want Trevor Lawrence. I like Daniel Jones. I like what I see so far. He hasn't gotten to play a full season with us yet. I don't see why we would give up on someone. And these other teams as well, I don't see why they would give up on a quarterback just yet. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not 100% sold on Trevor Lawrence yet. It's kind of one of those gut feelings where you just don't think. I don't know. I'm not sold on him yet, so I don't know why someone would pick him #1 when they already have an established quarterback.
Okay. I'll do one last one real quick. Even though Coach Luttrell's career started swimmingly after the 2 bowl game seasons, how much losing will it take before he gets the boot? Jennifer, real quick for me.
I think he's on the hot seat this year, if not next year for sure. We've had way too many losing seasons at this point.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer and James. I hope you didn't think we forgot Braun got the chip. Stick around. That's up next. After the creation of a sports bubble, protested playoff games, and 4 rounds of NBA playoffs, the LA Lakers won the 2020 NBA championship in Game 6 on Sunday. LeBron James was named Finals MVP for the 4th time in his career, which erupted the question of the world for basketball fans. Joining me to give our own thoughts on the 2020 NBA season is Rachel Sanders and Gilberto Obregon. All right, guys, here we go. Gilberto, I'm going to start with you.
Go ahead.
After LeBron has officially won his 4th NBA championship and 4th Finals MVP, where does he stack up to you in history?
Before and after this championship, I think LeBron was and still, and even after he retires, he's still, in my opinion, he's still my GOAT. You know, he's first in playoff points, first in steals in the playoffs, second in assists just behind Magic Johnson, and also with that 3-1 comeback. I mean, how can you not think LeBron's not your GOAT? I mean, he's my GOAT. I didn't grow up watching Michael Jordan. All I could see is Michael Jordan highlights on YouTube. Even after the documentary, I still think LeBron is my GOAT, personally.
Okay, Gilberto, LeBron has your vote all the way. Rachel, does he have your vote?
I don't think he has my vote. He's top 10 for sure. I'd say he's number 6 in mine. I think Michael Jordan still beats out LeBron. Then you have to also look at Wilt Chamberlain. No one's ever made 100 points in one game, and he still has that. Magic Johnson has made such an impact on the game. He was so volatile and vigilant, and he was able to play all 5 positions in such a way that you could not ever do that again. I don't think. You also have to look at Larry Bird, and I have to say you still have to look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is the highest scoring NBA player, and I don't think anyone's ever going to pass him either.
Okay, I'm not as far anti-LeBron as you are, but you know he's not my GOAT, but he is. I'm not. I can see what's happening. You know, to me, you can't compare them really, but if you are going to compare them, they're just so different. And if you really look at it, Michael Jordan's project, his career, that I'll call it project, it's already finished. It's perfect. It's nice. But LeBron, he has a really good project, but it's still building. Like Gilberto said, he has all these rankings and stats, but and the people's argument is championships, but he still has more to go. To me, this is the best I've seen him in his career, and he still has so many years to go. I do feel him getting another championship despite the league getting better supposedly. So Rachel, I want to ask you real quick, what do you think for that?
I think he's the GOAT of now. I still don't think he's the GOAT of today. I think that he has potential, and if he does do what Michael Jordan did and win 2 more Finals MVPs and 2 more championships with the Lakers or even another team, I could put him higher on my list. But I don't think, if we had the chance to watch Michael Jordan when we were younger, I think we'd be saying a different thing now.
Definitely, yeah. I think LeBron, he'll end up having the best career of all time, which will have him being the GOAT by the time he's done. Gilberto, so I want to move on to ask you, looking more at the complete NBA season, how do you think the NBA bubble did in its movement for voting awareness and Black Lives Matter?
I think the NBA did pretty good. I think aside from just the shirts, I think that the players wear all the messages on social media from LeBron, not only LeBron, but any other NBA players. I think the whole player association boycotting those, 2 or 3 games, and it kind of brought a huge crowd to the NBA, and it kind of put the world on notice, like, hey, we're serious about this. We're not playing around. We want social justice, and Black lives do matter to them. And of course, I think the NBA did pretty good, and the NBA is known to be a players' league, so they let the players voice their thoughts, and I can't complain.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gilberto. I think the NBA, at the end of the day, you can't force people to vote. You can't force people to think what they want to think, but they did their best in endorsing, acting out on your civic duty, voting if you're a citizen, and really giving their players and coaches the platform, worry-free, not having to worry about what will happen, but speak their 2 cents on the current social injustice in the country. Rachel, I want to go back to you now. What team is the biggest threat to this Lakers team repeating next year, in your opinion?
This threat to the Lakers team, I would have to say, I'm kind of interested to see the Brooklyn Nets with a healthy KD and a Kyrie Irving. It's leading the East, and I think that team could really be a potential. And I would maybe say the Clippers, if they can really get their act together, has a chance that we might actually see them do well in the playoffs.
Okay, Rachel, you said Clippers, you said the Nets. Gilberto, I'm not hearing what I want to hear. Let me hear what you think.
Me personally, I'm excited to see. I think the biggest challenge to the Lakers will be the Warriors coming out of the West, because not only is Klay coming back, we expect, of course, the best of Klay, and we hope he comes back healthy. But they got I think the second overall pick or the third. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Either they're gonna trade it or they're gonna draft somebody. And I think out of the Warriors and the Lakers, whoever comes out of the West, they should win the NBA championship. So for me, the biggest challenge to the Lakers is the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. The Warriors are my biggest threat to the NBA. But thank you for your time, guys. We've got Trivia Thursday next. Stick with us. Major League Baseball is taking over for sports fans' supply of playoff competition with just 4 teams left fighting for the chance to play in the World Series. So, we decided to give our analysts a test to see how well they know baseball history. Alongside me for the challenge is Reed Smith and Jose Moreno. Guys, how familiar are you with America's pastime?
I know Reed's a super fan. I watch it every now and then. I know the teams. The last baseball game I played was MVP Baseball 2005. So I'm not 100% up to date, but I'm ready.
All right, so with the living legend and a super fan.
Hey, listen, that's a lot of pressure to put on me. I don't know if I can handle that.
All right, number 1. Who is the all-time hits leader for the Texas Rangers? A, Adrian Beltre, B, Michael Young, C, Elvis Andrus. Give y'all 10 seconds to think about it real quick. Which one of y'all ready to punch it in and give me a little explanation why?
All right.
You go
Reed,
first.
we'll
Reed.
start with
I'm
you.
ready. I said it was B, number 10, and I didn't have time to write Michael Young, so I wrote my. So, yeah, that is my answer. I believe it is Mr. Ranger Michael Young.
All right, living legend, Jose. Let me see your answer.
I know who this guy is. My man, Adrian Beltre, baby. Letter A.
Almost hit.
I hate to break the bad news, Jose, but although Beltre had the most hits in his career total, Mike Young had the most while wearing a Rangers jersey. So, Reed, you have 1 point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry about that, Jose. Hard luck.
It's okay. I'm surprised you got that one right, dude.
All right. You got everything erased? All right, number 2. Who has the most home runs in a single season? A, Mark McGwire, B, Sammy Sosa, or C, Barry Bonds?
Okay. Okay, so 2 of these are a rap song. I'm gonna go with
Give y'all a little bit of time.
I don't know if I want to be like, I was going to like put the number of home runs he hit, but embarrassing, so I'm just going to say the right answer.
All right, I think I finally got y'all a little confused, okay? All right, Jose, we're going to start with you, super fan.
I'm gonna go with Marky Mark and his steroids. A.
All right, Reed, let me see yours.
I went with old barreled Bonds.
Oh, no,
right,
it is him.
Another one for
It is him.
another one for Reed. In 2001, Bonds had 73, McGuire had 70, and Sosa had 66. Oh man, you're not looking. Come on, living legend. We need you to be a living legend in trivia.
There's a Kanye song about Barry Bonds that I know about.
Oh, I know what lyric you're talking
All
about.
right,
Which
number
one?
3.
Reality.
Who has thrown the most no-hitters in their career? A, Justin Verlander, B, Nolan Ryan, or C, Sandy Koufax?
Okay, it has to be this guy. He makes hot dogs.
The fact that you're introducing this
I mean,
guy
he
as a
makes hot dogs. He
guy.
has to have thrown the most no-hitters.
All right, I'm not gonna start with that. Reed, let's see yours.
It was Nolan Ryan. He threw 7 in his career.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, I'm at a little drawing.
Jose.
Here we go. Drew a little hot dog with it. Nolan Ryan.
All right.
Hey,
Finally get
including
on the
a
board.
glizzy.
Reed, you have
you.
3. Jose, you have 1. Hey, you know habits of 3-1 leads. So.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
Get ready, dude. I want to guess.
Nolan
my
Ryan
way.
had 7 no-hitters.
Do I look
His
like
last one was in
2015?
1999 when he was 44.
44.
Yeah, do I look like
44.
2015
Yeah.
Steph Curry?
Number 4.
Wow. All right. Is it the eyes?
The number 42 is retired amongst every team in the MLB. Who was the last player to wear that number? A, Jackie Robinson, B, Pedro Martinez, or C, Mariano Rivera?
It's not A. Where is it? I'm going to
Wait
use the
till I have 'em
classic
punched in.
SAT cheat code.
Hey, when in doubt, see it out, bro. I said that last time.
I'm going to follow your advice.
All right, Jose, I think you already gave it to us, but go ahead and show it.
My man C.
All right, Reed,
It was Mariano Rivera.
got it right. 42 was retired on April 15, 1997, but Rivera was able to wear the number because of the grandfather clause. Every player sports the number 42 every April 14th, which is Jackie Robinson Day. All right. Last question, number 5. Texas Rangers have one player whose contract included 2 horses. Who is that player? A, Roan Oder, B, Elvis Andrus, or C, Lance Lynn?
Okay, Reed's drawing a horse or something. I can tell. Yet again, I have guessed on this one.
It's a janky horse, I'll tell you that much.
All right,
janky
Reed.
horse.
You're talking about horses. Let me see your answer.
It was Rougned Odor, and I drew him right there with his horse. And let me tell you, he shouldn't be a Ranger, and he shouldn't have gotten that contract.
All right, Jose, let me see yours.
The horseman, hey. Is that the answer? Draw a little horse, too. Look at him.
All right.
He's a little horse guy. I'll draw a little spot on him.
What is
All
that,
right,
a
Reed,
pelican?
you won 6-3.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jose. Thanks for being a part of today's trivia.
Oh, I got that one right?
Thank you all for watching. You can catch more Mean Green Scream at Thursdays at 4. See you next time.
Let's go, baby. Got that one right.
Yes, sir.